Hi, Mary Ann from Coastal Love and Decor. How's everybody doing this evening? Okay, I'm gonna do a really quick project. I have these cathedral frames. I have glued my glass in it with E6000, let that dry, and then I tape the inside edge just in case I miss a spot. So we're going to do an angel one. So this is the angel we'll be using. She's a coastal angel. I always sell out on these, and it's hard to find these coastal angels. So we're going to use her, some shell, a starfish, and some, these, I don't know what they're called. No, this isn't what I wanted. These are, I'm not quite sure. It's not really saying, it's a filler, but it looks like glass, but it's not glass, it's acrylic. And I like the size of it for this angel, so I'm gonna use this on this project. So let's get started. I have my resin mixed. I did the calculator, it said only 1 ounce, but I made 2 ounces. I always have small molds. So I took the, I call it pearlized crushed shell, and I used the white shell, crushed shell, and I mixed those two together. So I'm going to use that as my base sand area, beach area. So I'm just going to pour that on like so. And then I'm going to flatten this out some, bring it down. Try to get everything, make sure all my glass is covered down below. And then I'm gonna add my angel in here. Now, when she sits, she kind of, because of her hair in the back, you have to kind of get her to sit even. So what I normally do is I pile more seashell, the crushed shell, on one side, so she stays up, just like that. But I want to make sure I have her where I want her. So I'm just going to do that. And I think she moved. And I think she moved, and she did. So I need a little bit more under there. There we go. There she goes. She's nice and level right now, as long as I don't bump her. And I'm just going to, I think that looks good. I think that looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to add my resin along the bottom here. Getting as close to the edge as possible. And we're going to get that all covered up. As close to the base of her as possible. We'll see if I end up dripping on her. I usually end up dripping. Okay, that looks good. Let me grab a toothpick here. I just want to make sure that's not, some of this isn't sitting on the frame. Okay, these frames I got were brown, and I ended up painting it white. That looks pretty good. Let's add a little dab more here, because I'm going to add one shell right there. And I'm going to add the starfish right here. And I'm going to clean that up right there. Get that cleaned up. I think I have a wet one sitting here. Here we go. I don't want that on my frame. Okay, and I'm going to put just a little bit here. Make sure that gets attached. And then I have this one here. I want to make sure this is straight. I'm going to attach this one here. Why is she looking crooked to me? Let me turn her a little bit. There we go. I'm going to sit that there. And I'm going to put this one right there. And I'm going to go around this. You can go over the shells if you want. I'm not. And I dripped again on my piece. Just like so. All right, let me get this cleaned up. Right here. Now, instead of me adding the little pieces first, I think this time I'm going to cover it and then drop these on top. That's what I think I'm going to do with this. I want to get as close to the angel as possible. So she stays attached. I want it to run, the resin to run underneath her. So I'm going to help it along a little bit. Just like that. Make sure I get along the edge here. Now I don't put these on my, in my G3, my resiners heating pad cover thingy. Because I am not quite sure. I think the glass would crack if I did that. So I'm not going to do that. This is going to sit overnight. Okay. Get in here a little bit more. Now I am covering the starfish. I do want that covered. All right, see, I have a few bubbles in here. Okay. Get that cleaned up. I'm going to take my torch to it. got a pesky bubble here. Every now and then you get a bubble or two that don't want to cooperate with you, and they won't pop. But usually you can get, if they won't pop, usually you can get them out of there. And I am going to run this toothpick around the edge on here, just in case there's a little bubble hiding in there. Okay, now I'm going to add the little pieces. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. I guess I'm having a senior moment, you know. Okay, I'm going to take off my one glove because I'm not going to be able to drop them in. So, I'm just going to randomly drop these in there. I'm trying not to have big clumps of them because that's what I don't want. And I'm going to put this in here. Just like so. I love the cathedral picture frames, but geez, they're not cheap. There we go. I'm just going to keep adding till I get to the point where I'm happy with it. They're stuck together. I don't want those. And this actually looks like glass pieces. Put some down in here. Give the glass a little texture, the clear part. Just gonna gotta get some up in there. And then you can get your toothpick and you can kind of move them around where you want. Just like so. I just don't want like a bunch of them stuck together. There we go. And I'll have to get on the other side so I can see the top of her head. Okay. I mean, you could put the regular glass on here, but I was looking, my glass is supposed to be 1/4 inch, and I'm getting low on my clear glass, which I have to order more, but some of those pieces are big, and I just don't want big pieces on this arch frame. For some reason, I just wanted something more petite like these. And actually, I think I got those at Michael's, but I'm not sure. All right, I'm going to go on the other side. I also want to make sure the resin is underneath there. And I should add a little bit more resin before I add more of those and start pushing under there. because you got to remember she's up in the air a little bit, but her back is sitting on the glass. But I just want to make sure she's on there good. I'm just going to pour some more in here and down in there. All right. And then what I do with my toothpick, let's move some of these that I moved. And then I'll add some more. This is starting to get thicker. So I want to get moving here with these. All right, let me add some more. Down in here. Like so. Need to get my toothpicks so I can move some of those down behind her. Oh, I just moved her. Oh crap. There we go. Get some down here. And behind her wing. We want it behind her wing too, because even if you have her hanging on the wall or sitting on a display rack, you'll still be able to see the side, so you don't want to leave that area blank. Couple pieces in here. And now I'm going to go back to the other side. That looks good. And grab my toothpick again. I just don't want the clumps, so I want them separated. So that's all I'm doing here. So basically I'm done here. So if you want to get off the video instead of watching me move these around, I just don't want clumps. You know, 2 or 3 together, I want them separated. So that's what I'm doing here. And maybe just a few more. One right there. Separate that. And I keep wanting to put my fingers in the resin. There, right there, right here. There we go. One here. And I think this is looking pretty good. I'm just looking for any really empty spaces. Separate that down here. And I think this looks good, guys. I think I'm very happy with this. Just move this around. And hopefully it doesn't all move around on me. So I'm going to go over this just a little bit more. But this is such a sweet piece, don't you think? And I want to thank all my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys all. I am doing a giveaway when I reach 500 as my first goal. So there is a video, a short, that it shows you the piece I'm giving away. And if you are a subscriber, get on that video and just comment ocean in it, and it gets you an entry into winning that piece when I reach 500. That's my first goal. And if you're new to my channel, if you would please subscribe, I would thoroughly appreciate it as well. All right, guys. And I am going to do, that looks good. I am going to do a little bit of alcohol on the top of it. See, this is my problem. I think it's enough, and then I keep messing. But that's me. Here we go. Actually, I think I'm done now. Yeah. Let me put one down by here. And here. So, there we go, guys. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to catch my video. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And I'm going to call it a night. So, you guys have a great evening, and till the next video, see you then. Bye.